Just got a text, can you believe it? Oh boy. Looks like we got a present out here we need to bring inside. Well, I accidentally hit stop there. Package got to the US and got lost in Philadelphia. Never heard from again, and of course you know UPS. Basically, if your package doesn't show up, that's the last time you're ever going to hear from them, because investigation did nothing. Never even heard from those guys after an investigation was opened on the package. So the guys at ID4 decided to go ahead and ship me another one. Very difficult to unbox and film at the same time, but we're going to do that. So here we go. We have the ID4 Digital Gauge cluster here. We're going to be right back. All right, so full of peanuts. That's good, right? I'm going to dump some of these peanuts out and then start the video again. All right, I really meant for this unboxing to go smoother. Literally. Here's the first thing I see. Looks like it might be part of the yeah, so it looks like the top part of the instrument cluster there. Yep. Set that aside over here so it doesn't get damaged. Sorry, the dishwasher is running. There's that. Took some of these peanuts out. You can see it is well packed. Now we've got a box here. Let's take a look at this and see what this is about. All right, there's my receipt too. I paid well over $1,000 for this setup, and I got a bunch of options. I really wanted some of the options that allow you to plug in the USB without getting to the back of the instrument cluster, and also I wanted the keypad option. Looks like we got some of that stuff here. We got the USB cables. We have the keypad, which goes onto your dash there. Yep, there's the. Really want to get that into the actual dash underneath where your leg goes. I want to up underneath there Dremel that out. Looks like here we have, I'm not sure what that is. We have a template to cut the vent, I believe, right there. I think that's what that is. We have the backup camera. The RCA adapter for the backup camera, which I already have that. We have the right angle adapter for the USB here. And not sure what that is, but I'm gonna figure it out. Oh, that's for the keypad. And then I think this goes to over your vent. Once you Dremel out the vent plate, I believe that goes on top of that. All right, let's see what's next in here. All kinds of goodies on it. Underneath a bunch of green peanuts here. All right, so this seems to be the main unit. Let's get this box out of the way. And the peanuts. Yep. So yeah, I really felt bad for these guys because they had to make me a new one after UPS lost it, and hopefully they get all their money back. I'm gonna go ahead and unbox this and restart. Trying to get this open without stopping the video. I had to stop it once, but all right, I'm trying this one more time. All right, got this beautiful packaging undone. Here is the actual digital gauge cluster by ID4. This is probably the most exciting modification I've done to the car yet, or am going to do. Take a look at the back of it. So there it is. There's all the connectors, the USB, the little fan. Yeah, so This thing does not fit without trimming the plate from the back. I'm assuming there's instructions somewhere or a video for me to watch, but here is the plate. I believe that the plate template that you put doesn't even say which way is the top, but I think you tape this onto the vent behind your stock gauge cluster, and then you use your Dremel and you trim out the back so it kind of fits in there. Now I do also have, that's interesting. Yeah, I also have the Android head unit, which uses a backup camera. I have not installed the camera, so my plan is when I go in here, I am going to Y-adapt here and finally connect my Android navigation to the backup camera, which I've been wanting to do, I'd say probably for over a year now. So I'm going to look into the paperwork right now, see if there's instructions for this guy, and go ahead and update you guys after that. Alright, so I'm watching the video now on ID4 site. Don't know how old it is, if it's updated or not. The first thing it says is I need a Torx tool set. Now I have this Torx, and I think this is the right one, so I'm gonna go in here. Now it's super helpful to have a convertible, obviously, because, you know, so much more room to do things. But apparently you go up under here to remove these screws. Wouldn't you know it, that's the right one. So you know why? Because I used it to do the Android radio there. So going to grab a light also so you guys can see better, and I'm going to do the first step in the video. Alright, first things first, I went ahead and hooked up my battery charger because I have a feeling I'm going to have the doors open for a while and it's going to cause some current draw. I do have it on the lowest possible setting here. It's not a bad idea to use a thing like a battery tender here that I have to top off your battery every once in a while if you know, keep your battery in tip-top shape. But if you guys don't know it, you can hook your any jumper cables or anything up to the front posts here. That's what those are designed for. Now, I have a feeling this is going to take me a while. Also got a light set up in here for a little bit extra lighting. So I'm going to get my next step ready. I'm going to go ahead and try to take out these screws up here by hand. Let's see what happens. Oh wow, yeah. Apparently you don't need a lot of torque here because these are hand tight. And I thought about getting my small screwdriver out, my electric screwdriver out for this, but they're just, it's in an awkward place. I don't think you'll be able to get that in here. So here's the second one here. Let's see if I can get underneath this. Nope, there's not a good place to go. Alright, this is kind of hard to get out by, oh, there we go, came right out. Not a bad idea to have a place to put your screws, but BMW gives you one right there. Alright, second screw coming out. And out. I'm gonna go ahead and check the instructions and check back with you guys. Alright guys, so the next step is you just should be able to just pull the cluster. Everything's difficult with one hand. But yeah, look at that, it just comes right out. Pretty easy. Also make sure that your steering wheel, I drive with the steering wheel all the way down, but make sure that it's all the way in the down position, otherwise it might be difficult to get this out. And there should be a connector on the back here. Now here's the next part that's going to be hard, is getting this out, because there's like literally no room. It's very hard. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and grab a towel and cover the steering wheel so I don't damage it. Okay guys, as you can see here, I covered up the steering wheel. And I think if you lift up, it will pop right out and be difficult with one hand. I'm really trying to do this while I film. Okay, there we go. So that is it. And now there is a connector on the back with a little clamp that you disconnect. Apparently, it is right there. I'm gonna do that now because it takes two hands. But you just pull the little protective lever over and then you disconnect it. Okay, so there is a little notch here on this connector that you have to push in to move the connector, to rotate the connector down. So just get a little screwdriver or something and push that notch in. This thing should come right out. And then we'll update you on the next steps. But this is our query now. We've got this vent that is right in the freaking way. Ideally, they would have made a vent that was pre-done, but they didn't do that. So we are going to be cutting this now. It's going to be scary and fun. Can't wait. All right, guys. So the next step here is we need to take out this air vent and the light switch. Looked like he just popped this off, but I advise you to get. Whoops. Lost the tool right there. I advise you to get this. This is a trim kit. This has all the tools you need to deal with trim stuff in any vehicle. So there is a little, I'm sure this literally pops right off. In the video, let's see what he does here. They make it look so easy. He's like, yeah.
When the cluster is removed, take out the air vent and the light switch.
In a very heavy German accent, take out the air vent and the light switch. But I can relate because I'm half German, so. Got this tool here. Now you see, this thing is specifically designed not to hurt your trim because it's got plastic on the back. Watch me break it right in front of the whole entire world of 5 people that'll watch the video. Okay, so that popped right out. You don't want to break the tab, so just be careful or you'll be on one of those videos where it's like dying inside. So I'm going to be doing this again because I'm going to be painting this trim in the coming week, but I wanted to go ahead and do this first. But yeah, so wow, check that out. Now we also got to take out the headlight switch, but now that you're in it, I'm assuming it pops right out. I am assuming. Okay. Boy, I love how much. Get focused. I love how much space there is. Man, look at this. Amazing. All right, let's see what we do next here on the video. All right, so he's popping out that headlight assembly switch. I don't think we need to take it off. That seems a little bit too. It hangs down.
Make sure it is aligned to the right on left-hand drive vehicles. On right-hand drive vehicles, it must be aligned to the left.
Okay, so
the sticker must be aligned on the lowest part of the air tube.
All right, so he's saying to get the sticker.
Cut out the sticker and place it over the air tube.
It came with it.
Make sure it is aligned to the right.
All right, well, let's go. I'll go grab the sticker and see what he's talking about here. All right, so this thing has to be cut out apparently. So I am going to take a few minutes now. Go ahead and cut this out to the best of my abilities, which is 0. I'm going to drink some non-alcoholic water that tastes exactly like water, and I will be right back with a nice cut template. Just watch the video. Hopefully I did this correctly. I've got the video up right here. I mean, that apparently is how you cut this out, right? And then, so you do it.
Make sure it is aligned to the right on left-hand drive vehicles.
So
on right-hand drive vehicles, it must be aligned to the left.
He's on a left-hand drive vehicle, so he's aligning it like this, and it kind of bends over, goes to the bottom of the air vent, and then you cut everything except this.
Place the metal shield to cover the hole in the air tube.
Metal shield and cover was. I lost the metal shield and cover. Oh, right here. Duh. Here's the metal shield and cover that goes over what you cut out. All right, let's go try the next step here with. Oh, here's Mr. Bink. I know. Kitty, are you hungry? Oh, you're such a good kitty. Are you gonna stay with me forever? Okay guys, so I got this into the air vent area. It's gonna be an adventure. So I literally use shipping tape, and you can see where the lines are folded right here. So take template folded over there. I taped it multiple places. I am going to get my Dremel. I'm gonna watch the video and make sure that I cut, you know, I think this is supposed to be like, yeah, okay, so I've got it taped wrong. So basically you Dremel the air vent there across where it curves and you come straight down here. Mine is taped too low right there, so you can see where I messed up, but you get the idea. You're cutting the vent all the way from here over to here and then straight down here to the bottom, and then you're going to match the picture here. Let me pull it up for you. So check this out. This is what's on the instructions.
Place the metal shield to cover.
So there's the instructions.
Piece as shown in the picture.
All right, see how they cut?
While the air tube is
Sorry, I
still
dropped
in
it.
the vehicle.
So that's all you're doing right now is you're dremeling or whatever your favorite dash destruction method is. I know. Mr. Banks. He's still chilled. Mr. Banks. Such a good cat. Alright, I'm gonna load up the Dremel gun now. I have to turn the light off for that, unfortunately, but I am going to work on that right now. This is scary. Kitty! Alright, so I got the Dremel. This is what I'm going to use for it. So I've got this Dremel. I think I lost like the real attachment, but I'm going to use this cutting disc right here and really destroy that dash. So I'm going to go ahead and put this, what? I know, dude. So I'm going to go ahead and put this disc on the Dremel. Get back with you guys. Got my Dremel tool all set up here, even though it refuses to focus. Good grief. Come on, man. So yeah, gonna go ahead and mount this to the Dremel. Now I'm gonna Dremel out that air vent and destroy my car. Got my Dremel tool on here. So this is just a regular cutting bit. Variable speed Dremel here. It's gonna be hard to get this thing in here and cut that. Seriously? I already broke the... Okay, I already broke it. Real life here. Mr. Banks is so vocal right now, but seriously, these cutting discs are so fragile, and I just literally touched it to something. You'll have to play with the Dremel speed. I keep it on a pretty high speed. I'm gonna go ahead and try this. I've been dreading doing this for months. I can't do this and film, but you see what's gonna happen right there. Around that template, right around the edge of that vent, I'm going to cut that and I'll get back to you guys after I have destroyed my amazing car. Okay guys, so trial and error. This is what I've got here. So basically what I found out after playing with this is your best bet for cutting this is not a Dremel. It's very thin. They don't explain this to you, but this knife here is all I needed. I cut this original slice with the Dremel. The problem is the Dremel can't get into the space. So I cut the rest with this. Now, it seems like what good would this do? I don't understand. We're gonna find out here though very quickly because this little piece is going to go here. I'm gonna retrieve that and see if I actually did this right, but it's really rough. You can see here, there's still like a little bit here. I'm gonna trim off. All that has to be gone for this plate to work properly. Yeah, I missed a little bit right there. I'm gonna go ahead and trim that off and I'll get back to you. Okay, I wanted to update you guys. This is the cable for the backup camera. I am splitting that cable to go to my Android head unit. So I've got a Y adapter here. I went ahead and taped these up with electrical tape. That's a Y adapter. One of these will feed to the backup camera. The other one will feed to my Android adapter. Now I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, I'm having a lot of issues getting the cluster in. It's very difficult to get it. I know, man. I know the feeling. It's really difficult to get it into the area. The steering wheel is in the way. It's tilted all the way down. I'm going to work on that for a minute, but I wanted to go ahead and get everything connected to it. So once I do get it in, I don't have to worry about connecting everything now. So I'll get back to you guys if I can figure out how to do it. Okay, so I connected all the cables that came with it. Obviously one of them is for the stock connection to the instrument cluster. The other one is for the keypad right there. Just the keypad here that mounts on your dash with double-sided tape. And then the third one is for the backup camera. So there's also this USB. I did get the right angle USB, so this will only go, the cat's so vocal. So only go in one way because, you know, lovely USB. So this makes it so it sits more flush, like that. Then you take this additional adapter and you mount this into your dash. So this is an extension for that. Now at the same time, this thing is very hard to get in the dash, so I'm still working on how to do that. And once I figure it out, I'll let you guys know. All right, so I'm having a lot of issues getting this cluster installed, and I figured out from a different video for the 5 Series, maybe it would help if I got rid of these little edges on the dash. So I went ahead and broke those off right there to see, because I got it almost in, but it's just very difficult. So let me try to do this now that I've got these little corner edge pieces broken off. I've got all the wiring run through the dash here, coming down through the dashboard and through the headlight jack. Let me give this a shot. Oh, also I taped up here because it started to, this is really like taking, my car's taking a beating on this. Yeah, see, I already scarred up my car. This is really, I'm having issues here. Be back. Okay, I'm ready to punch myself in the face. I think I've messed my car up so many different ways and scratched every single thing up, including my steering wheel, which was perfect. My dash was perfect. It's all messed up. This is a very hard install. I come to the conclusion that it has to fit behind the little tabs in the corner. I tried to Dremel them out so it could lay back a little bit more. It's not going to. I don't know if the cover is going to go on or not, but we're going to do a power run right now and see if it was worth it. Okay, well that's pretty freaking awesome. And if we go over here, we can get the Android. Alright, so now the challenge is getting this thing mounted and getting this trim ring on. And oh, also, by the way, during this whole process, I lost this little clip. Yep, so now I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I don't have it. It fell into the dash. It's freaking gone. I'm going to work on this. Goodbye. Alright, so it is the next day. Wow, what a night. What can I say? I spent 5 hours trying to get this thing installed yesterday. All I can say is this about this, because I don't want to give the company a bad rap at all. So the first package I got from them got lost. Not their fault. Second package came. I followed the instructions. I cut the air vent. Still, I could not get this thing installed. Now, I made the biggest mistake in the world. I didn't protect my steering wheel and my cover here for the steering wheel that great, and yeah, I scratched up my interior, which was perfect before. My steering wheel has marks on it now, which it did not before. So that was my impatience after being frustrated with this thing. Also, it is not lined up correctly. It needs to go down about 1/4 of an inch, so I'm going to be removing it again. And cutting away some more of the vent, and I want to go get some of that flexible aluminum tape instead of the little cover that they supply to fill the vent. So for now, I stuffed a towel in the vent to keep the air going, but I want to show you guys what this thing looks like. And again, I actually scratched up the screen right here just a tiny bit, which I think might come out with plastic polish. I scratched up my steering wheel. I scratched up my top of the steering wheel cover. I scratched up my dash out of frustration, and then in the last just ditch effort to ruin my entire car, I scratched my tint right here. So wonderful, now I have scratched up front tint. So overall experience with this has been a nightmare. This is all I'll say. It is still so hard to get in that I had to force it into the position where it is now, and I didn't use the stock factory screw holes. I put self-tapping screws in wherever this thing would go, but it is in. But you can see at the bottom, the lip is showing there. That needs to be fixed. So let's start it up and show you what it's like. So I don't know why the, okay, so high battery drain is on, which I don't understand why. The car's been off. That's something I need to look at. And actually the car's on a charger right now, so that's interesting. High battery drain, okay. Increased battery, okay, so that's new since I put the screen in. But as you can see here, I got the screen installed and I did configure it. There's the RPMs, and this is how it looks. And you can either use your stock here to go into the menu. So you push in the menu button there, and that's where you have the configuration items. I do have it on, I'm not sure which one I have it on right now. I think this is one of the sport ones. I think it's Fierce is what it's called. But inside that menu, that's where you set up all the options for the screen. You can set up a display for when you're normally driving, and then when you go into sport. So you notice how when I go into sport, I have it changed to a different theme, which is called orange. I don't know, sport orange or something like that. I can't remember what it's called. But notice, like, I've configured it the way I wanted it. I set up horsepower and torque right here as the extra gauge that I wanted. I got the M Sport logo. Pretty cool. Now it doesn't show boost. I heard they're working on that, but I don't know if that's ever going to be available. But I wanted to just show you guys because I had such an experience with this thing that was a nightmare, and still not right. I did not install my camera yet. I've got the cables all back here. The keypad for it, I did not install either because I was so frustrated at the end of my night. I literally just wanted to throw it out the window, and that's why I threw something at my front windshield. But honestly, my front windshield needs to be replaced anyway, so that's probably gonna happen soon. But wanted to show you guys this, and if you go in here and you go into appearance and you go into themes, and default themes. So default means when you're not in sport mode. There's that classic analog, modern analog, classic orange, modern orange, bright blaze. Okay, that's what I have set for when I go into sport mode. And fierce blaze is what I have set up all the time. And so there's plenty of other options for this thing. You can set up an extra gauge like oil temperature, oil pressure, whatever you feel like you want. But it's cool so far. It's definitely an expensive purchase, and this is all I can suggest to you. I would personally probably get a professional installer to do this. And honestly, I would ditch the plate that comes with it to cover the air vent, and I would just use the aluminum tape. Like, it's, you know, it's like flexible metal tape, because you can also push on that a little bit if you have to get this thing in. And I'm not kidding you, I had to force this thing in where it is right now, and still this bottom lip is showing, which is bothering me. So I'm going to take it all out. I'm going to Dremel out the vent pretty much completely out of where it shows up behind the cluster, and then I'm going to put the cluster back in, hopefully. So I'll update you guys when I do that, but I wanted you guys to see how the display looks, and I want to get this video edited and up. If you have any questions, post them in my comments section. Have a good day, Supercar Street Racing!